All right, guys, we have I just hit the mic. I'm so sorry about that. We got a really, really, really good topic to talk about today, okay? All right. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about. Christianity is the only way. Jesus is the only way. In fact, it tells us that in the Bible. But for many of my non-Christian friends out there who are like, shoot, why is Jesus the only way? Why not Buddha? Why not Allah? Why not insert name, Joseph? Like, why is Jesus the only way? And so I'm going to give you a little bit of like a testimony as to how I figured out, shoot, Jesus is the only way. And maybe it'll click for you and it'll help you understand, or I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just freeballing here. But this is what happened. All right. So as I've spoken about before, I struggled a lot with anxiety and depression. Sleepless nights from my thoughts. I'd wake up. If I did go to sleep, I would wake up, and I remember having this the best way I could describe it was there was a black hole in my stomach. Like my stomach was just turning, and it felt numb, and it felt empty. And essentially all day, for this going on for like 9 months, all day, my stomach would be turning, it would hurt, my head would hurt, my thoughts were racing. I was thinking so much about all my mistakes in my past. I was thinking about all the implications of the future, all these issues. I would fear going to sleep because in my sleep, I would have severe anxiety as well. And when I wake up, the only point of the day that I didn't feel anything was the first 2 to 3 seconds because I couldn't remember my problems. And then after that, it was right back at it. And a lot of this I was doing to myself. There was something very mentally, like psychologically different about me or wrong about me. I don't know what the word is. I don't know what was wrong with me. Okay. This was just a season of my life. Okay. And as I'm progressing through these 9 months, it was really bad the first 5. And then it started to slow down a little bit because a lot of this was caused by some events in my life that triggered it. And a little bit as time goes on, I surrender myself after about 9 months or 10 months to Jesus. And I'm telling you, all those things became, all those anxious thoughts that I was giving weight to in the depression, I gave less weight to because I accepted Jesus. I surrendered my problems and everything to Jesus. It wasn't Allah that did that. It wasn't Buddha, because all these religions tell you you got to work your way to being perfect, to being saved, to doing enough to save yourself from your own disasters. You know what I mean? But that's not how that works in Christianity. When you accept Jesus, you accept what he did. You accept the works that he did on the cross. It's not about you anymore. It's about Jesus. That's the most important part, is that a lot of us are stuck in our heads and we're thinking about me, me, me. What can I do for others, when my cup is then empty? But what we really need is Jesus. That's what you need. So, quick little video, but the answer to why Jesus is the only way, at least in my life and how it was proved to me, was when I surrendered everything to him. And I was just like, dude, I can't do anything for myself anymore. I can't save myself from my issues, my problems. It's you. You're the one who saves me. So yeah, I really don't know if this is going to help. Maybe it won't. Maybe you're like, shoot, Jordan, I'm still an atheist. I still disagree. I think there's other ways that I can help myself. And you're entitled to think that, but I'm just telling you my perspective, that Jesus is the only way. That's what the Bible tells us. So I love you guys. See ya.